And there we. Oh, it says live
Hey guys, welcome to the Kaylei show
with Kaylei and Malay.
with Kayley and Malay, and today is Kayleigh's birthday party.
Woo-hoo! Happy birthday, Kaylei! All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being brave enough to go on camera and talk to us about your issues or the things that interest your generation. So that's important to us. So you're going to kind of be our experts today. Is that all right? All right. So we have Kaylei and Malay, and as you noted, they're calling this the Kaylei and Malay show. So there are a few things I want to talk about today. I thought we'd probably talk about pop culture. Maybe we'll talk about music. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about futures. Let's talk about health. Hey, let's add something in. Let's talk about bullying. I think your generation knows something about that. Maybe you can teach us something. What are your thoughts?
Everybody needs to be bullied at least once in their life.
You think so? Okay, that's some good. Let's hear the wisdom behind that.
It makes you a better person. It's like, man, I got bullied. I don't know. I feel like you would change for the better. I don't know. That's what happened to me.
You got bullied?
Yeah, and I got bullied, and I feel like I changed for the better.
So when you were having that, when you were getting bullied, okay, you're getting kicked off the show. Okay. So when you got bullied, Kaylei, when you got bullied, was it high school, middle school? Because we're celebrating your sweet 16 birthday.
Middle school, because everything that happens in high school, I don't really care anymore.
Okay, so you have a different attitude about it.
Yes, I just don't care.
So is that what you feel it is that made you better, that you just don't care, or should we say it just doesn't bother you? It
No,
just doesn't control you.
No, I genuinely just don't care.
Okay, that sounds like you know exactly,
Because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't plan on talking to really anybody from my high school. Maybe like one or two people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, other than that, like, I don't care.
So do you consider yourself a social person or introverted person, or pretty much just a person that's very well independent?
Introvert, but I can talk to other people. Or like, I do have social anxiety. So, I mean, I'm getting better at communicating with other people because like I am in a class that's built for juniors and seniors, and I'm the only sophomore in there. So it's kind of hard to talk to like other kids that are older than me because like, they're older than me. Like they're talking about other stuff that I don't get yet.
Yeah.
Like they're talking about colleges and stuff. Like one girl, like one of the questions in that debate, because it's my debate class, was so one of the topics in debate class was should we get student debt relief?
Student debt relief?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so you're not looking into your college.
well, I am.
You're looking into it, but that's not your foremost interest right now.
Yeah, it's just like not. I mean, I'm interested in it, but like obviously I can't really do anything like for it because I'm not of age to do anything to get into a college right now. Like I'm in high school.
Okay.
So like I know what colleges like I want to apply for and stuff, but like they talk about, oh, I'm 17, I have to go to college and I want student debt relief because X, Y, Z, and I'm like, I don't know what challenges are going to like come to me once I apply.
Well, you know what? That's interesting because your co-host, which is also your cousin, who is in that age group, and perhaps maybe she can tell us a little something about, have you had those conversations?
No, not yet.
You haven't started talking about what you're going to do for college. Do you have any plans at all, or can you help? What advice would you give Kaylei on this whole, when they're talking about things, it's a whole grade ahead of her? Now, when I was in high school, if it was a grade ahead of you, they were upperclassmen and you just felt a little bit inferior, or you just felt like you needed to mature a little more to be where they are. How do you feel about, because you're a senior in September, right? And then you'll be a sophomore. So
No, I'll be a junior.
You'll be a junior, and so you'll be a junior. So how do you feel, about people that are going to be juniors and you're going to be a senior? Do you have a different attitude toward them than you had about other seniors, those that are going to be seniors?
No.
Okay. So what kind of things do, I guess, your class and your junior, you're at the end of your junior year, what kind of things really are the topics of discussion and the main interest that you guys have right now?
Really just like SAT
Ah.
practice, stuff like that.
Okay, so prepping and studying for your SATs.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something that's something that you would definitely have to be concerned about. Okay, so well, we have a visitor on the set, and he's so anyway, the SATs, and so are you studying for it and
Caleb, take off
prepping
your
for it?
sock.
Usually they'll have everybody do practice SATs like once you start high school. So like your freshman year you'll do a practice SAT, then your sophomore year, and then yeah, middle school too.
So you've been doing them all the way along, but now it's coming to time where you're going to have to do it. So, but you've been preparing all along, so you have too, Kaylei, right?
Yeah. We
So-
started our essay practice like this year.
Okay. So you may go into that with a little less anxiety, do you think, because you've been prepping for so long?
Well, I have test anxiety too. I'm an anxiety-ridden person, so it's just like I don't know. Like I'll do perfectly fine in like math class, for example. As soon as we have a math test, I have anxiety, then I do bad on it. So I don't even know if I'm even going to do good on an SAT because I know that I'm going to have a lot of anxiety towards it. Even though, like for our practice SAT, like essay, I got like a perfect score on it.
Perfect. Do you study together? Do you guys talk about this together?
My
Bunny
goodness.
rabbit. Sorry, people. We have a little bit of drama going on the scene here. So do you ever talk to her about it? You know, the anxiety of it all. Do you ever talk to your cousin about that kind of thing?
Nope.
You're at the same school too, aren't
We
you?
don't talk about school
At school.
Oh, okay. So you don't talk about school at school. Do you talk about school when you're spending the weekend with her?
No.
Okay, so
I told
that's
her to help me. She was like, I don't know. I'll try to find the papers for you. That's
Well,
what she does.
you know what, that's good. I will say this. If you don't know the answer to something, but you know where to find the answer, that is just as good. That is just as good. So yeah, okay, so you guys don't talk about school in school. Tell me the things that, you know, really are the subjects. I did mention a couple of things. Pop culture. Is that something you talk about? I think Kaylei, you were telling me something.
Everybody wants to be a YouTuber.
Everybody does want to be a
And
YouTuber.
I feel
I
like
want
that's
to be a
stupid.
YouTuber.
guilty as charged.
What was that? I got something from both of you at the same time. What was that,
I
Kate?
said that's stupid, and then she gonna say guilty as charged.
And
Well-
I'm guilty too. So tell me, why do you feel it's?
Because like you watch the news, I feel like people also don't watch the news enough. Number one. Let's talk about how we're basically entering like a third world war, and on top of that, we're entering a recession, and on top of that, we're losing skilled trade workers. So it's like we're either going to the extreme on both sides. It's either people want to go to college and be like doctors, lawyers, etc., and then there's people that just want to be influencers, but we don't have anything in between that we actually need.
So where do you think you lean toward? Do you lean toward the influencers, or do you lean toward those professionals, or are you somewhere in the middle? Where do you identify yourself?
I mean, when I think about it, I would say I guess middle, but what I really want to do, like I want to go into the FBI and I want to be behavioral analysis. So I want to go into forensic sciences and sociology. And I'm also taking sociology in high school, sociology and criminology. So, but then I also do want to stream, like once I get older, just because that's just one of the things that like I'm interested in.
Well, you know what? Let's go back to your statement that you made earlier about, you know, YouTubers. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber. I think one of the reasons, well, I'm just speaking from, you know, my thoughts and my understanding. I think a lot of people find that as a platform to get a message across, pardon me, a message across of something that is of substance to them, something that they feel is significant and somebody else might find the same interest in it. And I think that's a platform. Not only that, we don't need to say, you know, people want to be monetized, you know, so after you've gotten so
But
many
it's like,
followers.
is that really that? Like, I get that though, but is that really what we need?
Is it what we need? So
Because
do you feel?
no, it's not what we need. What we need is skilled trade workers.
Okay.
But everybody feels that they need to get their opinion out there, and that their opinion is also important. Which is gonna sound kind of mean, but not everybody's opinion is important.
I agree. I agree. I
So-
don't disagree with that at all. As a matter of fact, a lot of what you see on here is not as important as some people may think. But then what would be
And
this?
also, there's the repeated message though. It's
Yeah.
like what's the point? You can
It gets
find guys.
redundant.
Yeah. So it's just like, what are you even doing?
So maybe, this is a good thing. This is a good platform and a good place to open up for Kaylei, for you to come on and talk about those things. So Kaylei and Malay, for you to come on and talk about those things that are somewhere in the middle. If you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. You're funny. You are so funny. So do you have solutions? Maybe come in and say those kind of things and encourage people, or at least, um, give them some kind of a push, or, hey, listen, what we hear you on, being influencers. We hear you on, we don't have tradesmen, we're losing tradesmen. And then talk about something in the middle that's relevant, that helps to address it, but not just repeating the information, but what you think are good solutions.
I think people need to realize, because some people don't go to college because it's expensive when there's trade schools. And I think we don't say like trade schools are as important as college, because I feel like it's just like college, and if you go to a trade school, like, oh, you're poor, you're not smart enough to go.
Yeah, you're a blue collar person, you're not as significant.
But it's like, we need those people though.
Yes,
and people
do.
don't realize that we need them until we don't have them, and then you're just sitting there stuck. And I was, oh, we need them, but maybe it's because we didn't like promote them and like treat them as like they were important.
Oh, that's a good point. I love that. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna stand over here so you can look into the camera more. So I wonder if there is a case, because if there's a case for that, where you can actually have an impact and you can influence, and not trying to be an influencer, but you can have some influence on other people. The relevance of those, everybody is not, for a 4-year college is not for everybody. Multiple degrees, everybody is not cut out for that, or neither do they have the desire to stay in school for years and years, where they can get into the trades and make good money and get into their career and enjoy it. But the problem seems to be that they don't get the same prestige as the people with the doctoral degrees, the attorneys, and so forth. And so, as you said, they treat them differently. What are your thoughts on that? Is it time for your generation to make an issue of that? Is there a place at all?
I don't even think people are even. Well, that's a lie. We have OTEC.
Okay.
And that's where we're kind of like introduced. So like, there's this one girl. She's in like engineering or like welding, construction, something. So she was like, you make such good money with like doing construction and stuff, because they're all wanted.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to OTEC for.
Yeah.
Well, we want you to pop in. We have a beautiful face here that came to say happy birthday. We want you to pop in over there and give both your nieces a kiss, and a special happy birthday kiss for Kaylei on the Kaylei Show.
Where you going?
This is Diamond. Diamond, you can smile into the camera.
Hi, bye. Hi, bye.
Okay. Sorry you got to go. Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Take your lunch. So, what do you think about actually having conversations, or using this or some other platform to talk about the relevance and the need for those, and the esteem that you give to people that are blue collar workers, or people that are in so-called upper echelons of society? What do you think? that's pretty expressive, Kaylei. Do you think that there is a place where you can actually talk about the significance and the importance of a person, and not treating them any different?
I mean,
that they're not inferior, right?
you can say that all you want, but that's not going to change society.
So what do you think is the answer? Just to know
There
that
is no answer. The way that society was built is just like, it's so hard to change it now. It's kind of just like, you can't really change it. Like,
that's interesting.
Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, we're always going, like, for example, we're always going to need doctors, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're always going to be praised. Medical workers, they're always going to be praised. But like, let's say we came up with something where we didn't like need them, like we would still praise them, because like they created I don't know how to explain it.
So they created medicines, and they came up with theories and
Yeah.
all types of research that brought about cures, etc. Right?
Right. But like, let's say
Okay.
we have like AI, like robots or something, like being actual doctors. Like, just for example, like regular human doctors will still be praised because they're the ones that created the robot doctors and all the medicine and everything in between.
Okay. So who's
So
praising them?
us,
Okay.
society, but
All
we're
right.
always going to praise those type of people, those type of programs.
Mhm.
So even though we're on the news saying, "Oh, we need HVAC workers, we need plumbers, we need this, that, and the third," people are not going to really care.
So here's something you said earlier. I just want to kind of go back to something you said earlier. We need those people too.
Yeah.
So if you can praise the ones that are in the upper echelons, the doctors, the lawyers, the researchers, the people that come up with cures.
Because people don't like the way that like middle class workers sound. Like blue collar workers, they don't like the way like plumbers sounds. Even though they probably make a lot of money,
Hmm.
they make a lot of money. But I just think people just don't like the word. I just don't think that people like hearing about it. Like some people don't like cosmetology workers. Some people just don't like they do hair and nails. Ugh. But it's like, do you know how much money they make? Like the nail tech that I used to go to, like she always had money. Like she made thousands of dollars every single day because she could charge that much because she was good at her job.
Hmm.
It's just like I just don't think that people like the way stuff sounds. So then they don't praise it.
I think what you're saying right now is actually giving more credence to that culture of people, or that middle class, or to that person that is the blue collar worker. The things that you're saying right now, those kind of things, the things that you're saying, that they make money, they have things, they're able to do things, they're able to enjoy things, because even though they're not,
They're always going to be needed.
and there are, so do you see what I'm saying now with your cult, with your age, or not so much just your age group, but your generation and other people in your cohort, your group, you can say things about those things. You can change a generation. There was a generation before us that were just, it was so bad, the drugs, and oh my gosh, so many things were just so
You know that's
terrible.
coming back.
It's always going to be there, but we changed the attitude of how we felt. It wasn't okay. There was a time when it was okay to just freely live and give, your life without any kind of apprehension. Just get involved with people physically and emotionally, and just party and do all kinds of things. And then another generation came and said, well, we don't want to repeat that, because we see the downside of it. And so things began to change. So changes come through generations, but they come through times like this, when you have people like Kaylei and Malay that are able to talk about these things intelligently, and to talk about them and give, some respect, give a nice word out about people that do those other things. I mean, look at Malay. She does skin care, she does hair care, and she's not even out of high school yet. And you do nails. And so there's a lot, because you know what I found out? When we are even in a pandemic, we're going to get our hair done. We're going to get our nails done. So they're always going to have it. What about the pizza worker? Oh, well, he's just a pizza worker. He didn't have to have a big education. But you know that they don't shut down. They are impacted by recessions and depressions. They're going to be there.
Right. Oh my God, thank you. People still come in ice storms, snowstorms
Hmm.
to get their iced coffee because they're weird, and they will still pull up and still get their lattes
Hmm.
and don't care because they
Okay.
still want their food, they want their drinks, they want their donuts, they want their ice cream, they want whatever they want.
Okay. So we agree
So
on
you
that.
need them.
Yeah. So I think we all are in agreement on that, don't you think? I think we're in agreement. Let's kind of switch gears a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about pop culture, music, uh, music, and of this generation, the behaviors, the things that you guys like to do, your entertainment world. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Malay knows more about the more recent stuff because I listen to old music now.
What happened?
Yo, talk about the TikTok sounds that you be
Oh,
finding.
the TikTok sounds. We're gonna talk about TikTok sounds. I'm gonna say about TikTok.
I listen to new metal.
Well, the music nowadays is very crazy.
Keep on talking. I gotta go get the stompers.
The music today is crazy and out of control. The things that they talk about drugs and money, and people they just love that so much.
Drugs, money, sex. Sex, money feels like.
Yes,
What does it say?
crazy stuff.
Okay, say it again because I missed it. I'm sorry. It's
Say
okay.
it again, Kaylei.
This is Nana. Come on.
What?
So what were you saying about the pop culture and what did you say? TikTok.
The music nowadays is crazy
The music is crazy.
because they like to
I
talk
think it's
about
crazy.
drugs and money, and people they just love that.
It's kind of like they're limited on what they can appreciate, and they're so driven by money. There's so much more. Do you agree with me that there's so much more to be enjoyed in life besides money?
Yes.
You're thinking. Just think about that.
And then the industry promoting that doesn't really help people at all.
Okay.
I love money.
Do you do?
Mm-hmm.
You love it.
Now I know it's the whole, the meek shall inherit the earth. But I'm just saying you can take the money that you have and do good with it. But I like to make money. I will not go to a party to go to work, which I have done multiple times before. I've gone to work and then immediately afterwards went to a party. You can do both.
I don't see a problem. I think that's being responsible.
Yeah, and people are like, Kaylei work so much because I do work. It took everything out of me not to work today.
To come for your own birthday party because you have good work ethic.
Yeah, I work tomorrow.
Okay. So even with the work, even with your good work ethic, I think that that's a good thing. But like Malay was saying, there's just so much more to enjoy in life. I mean, there's more to
There's a
enjoy.
study
Learn
done.
how to enjoy more things in life because if you don't have money,
Well, you need money to enjoy things most of the time.
I don't
There
know.
was a study done
Have you ever?
that money can buy happiness.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
was that true?
It is so true.
I
You know how much
disagree.
happiness I get from
I
stuff on
so
Amazon?
disagree.
The posters on my wall bring me so much happiness. I just sit there and stare at them. The
Yeah.
little cat bowls that I bought for my cat, they're like colored. And like,
So
they're
then
shaped
tell
like
me
cats.
what will happen if you don't have money?
I'll be very sad. I've cried over almost losing my job.
Oh, well, I think a lot of people cry over almost losing their job, but I wouldn't say that if I don't have money, I can't be happy.
That's a theory for you.
It's not a theory. I've been happy without money. I haven't
Oh.
always had money. I've lived without money. I know what it's like to be without money, and I know how to be happy and to be content without money.
I don't know because I
Well,
don't think I'll
well,
ever
you're
be in that
16.
situation to not have money.
Well, you're 16, so there's a lot of learning to do, right?
Like I'm saving money so I can have money in college.
Very good. What are your thoughts, Malay?
I think that money can buy happiness
Okay.
because like a lot of times people that don't have money they wish they had money so they can buy things that can
Okay.
make them happy. But like a lot of times it's usually the people who have a lot of money that say that money can't buy happiness because a lot of them are like alone with just a bunch of money. But like I think it can buy happiness most of the time because you can just buy whatever you want. You
Mm-hmm.
can buy like all the cars, the money, not money, clothes, and like designer, whatever you want. And like
Designer.
people who don't have money, they can't do all that.
So one word that you said there triggered something. You said designer. So have you heard of Kate Spade?
Yes.
She's a designer, right? Did she have money?
Yeah.
So what do you know that she's not with us anymore? Did you know that she committed suicide?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And do you know that she did it right after she signed a multi-billion-dollar contract? Well,
Why'd she do that?
Huh?
Why'd she do that?
Well, I guess because money didn't buy her happiness.
She could have took that money and found something else to make her happy. You could get a hobby with that money. You can buy stuff to make you happy.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm
If
saying.
you enjoy doing art, right? You can take the money that you have and go take an art class.
Mm-hmm.
You can take the money that you have and buy brushes and paint and this is that and the third.
And enjoy whatever your
that.
hobby
If
is.
I had a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
I would take my cat to the groomers because that would make me happy. I don't like washing my cat. So I would take the money that I had and I would take my cat to the groomers.
Okay.
I would take my cat to go buy toys. I love my cat.
I love my cat.
I would buy my
too.
cat a new cat tree.
Okay. Let's get back to this subject because I agree with you. And those are simple things. And you don't have to be extremely wealthy to do those. And so you do find pleasure, Kaylee, is what you're saying. You actually do find pleasure in simple things. But here's a woman that had all the money, more money than she could spend. She's known around the world. She's designed everything. I have one of my phone covers is designed by her. I get compliments when I carry that phone because they love the design. She had just signed for even more money and committed suicide. So what does that tell you? Money didn't make her happy enough not to destroy her own life. So I just want you to think
Went to a
about those kind of
therapist.
things. Yeah, just think about those kind of things. No, it's just
You could
a
have took the money that you had and got the best therapist in the world. I just don't understand. Like I don't understand.
who
Well,
knows?
like
Who
you
knows? She may
said
have been with a
earlier,
therapist. Mhm.
when you said she could have took that money and found something that she liked, like you
You
said,
don't have to
art.
constantly spend money. You can just
Yeah,
have money.
and they also, I don't know what the saying is, but it's like, giving can make you happy.
Yeah.
She could have used that money to like set up like an art program or something and help other people learn about her and how she started making the designs that she did, and kind of like
Help other people to get their careers off the ground and
yeah.
help other people to come out of poverty and to come out of those places of despair because something you knew with your talent and it made you wealthy. Pass the knowledge along. So there's a actual there are various ways to stimulate your body the way that it's made, and we're going to say this as we're winding down. Your body, the way that it's made, certain things that you do and you say or that you experience bring about joy and excitement and happiness, and actually, they make you feel good almost like a drug.
Serotonin.
Serotonin, that's one of them. Okay. Dopamine,
Um,
okay. Then there's,
isn't it? Is
what
it
is it?
adrenaline?
Cytoxin. That one comes from simply hugging somebody.
I love hugging.
See, do you see? And it's free. It's free. But it releases that chemical and that serotonin and the cytoxins and the dopamines and the endorphins. Certain things that you do and say are free and they're in your body and they bring health, happiness. Use and learn how to actually use those things to make yourself feel better, especially if you're having a difficult day. We all go through challenges. We talked about bullying, right? You're going through bullying, you think about what you went through. There's ways to make yourself feel better and not to get lost in the depression and the anxiety of it. So there's a lot of things we could talk about. You girls are good. Can we do this show again?
Yeah.
I want to do the show again. I think you are just both absolutely excellent. I take my hat up to you. Kaylei, the Kaylei show. This is our debut. So we're gonna have another one. We're gonna get you some theme music. Look at the way she's poking. We're gonna get you some theme music. We're gonna get a thumbnail so they'll see the logo when they see you too. It's gonna be. Can you do it? Do you think you can do it? Oh, she said, huh? Do you think you
Yes.
can do it?
Well,
All right. Help her a little bit. So it's wonderful. Now, before we close the show out, I wanted to talk about more things, but you guys have so much. You have so many opinions. I want to say this that you are on your 16th birthday. I say happy birthday. These are cousins. They're beating each other up. They love each other. Trust me. But listen, I want to say this. Kaylee, it took a lot of stages. Please don't kill her on TV. They'll have it on the news on CNN. She killed her. It started off as a regular show. So listen, I just want you to realize that you go through various. You all are funny. You go through a lot of stages. Kaylee, look at your picture. Let's see if we can get that picture.
ah!
Oh no, it's beautiful.
No.
I want everybody. That's
My eyes
beautiful.
aren't even.
Right there where her mommy is. That is her beautiful Treva. This is my baby girl right here. And that is all her hair. She's so gorgeous. That is my baby girl. Anyway, we'll go back up here to the picture.
My
Kaylee,
eyes aren't even.
No, they're not. You're looking. You're taking the picture off to the side. I want everyone to look at this picture, and let me say this about this picture. Kaylei, there's Treva. Treva. Okay. So anyway, here, Kaylei, over there on the right side, right under 2023. I have younger pictures of you. I have younger pictures of you, but look at the sweetness. Look at that sweetheart. Kaylei, you're still alive. You're still alive. Okay, and then the picture under that. If they can't see that real good.
For my dance one?
Yes, yes. You're in your dance uniform and your costume and you're posing. That was another stage of life, Kaylei. And then the other one, down in the lower left, you were in a wedding. Look at that, sweetheart. That was another stage of life. Now, the other one in the upper left corner was just taken a few years ago.
That was for my 5th grade graduation.
And you came here, you were here, and we took that picture. It was another phase. But you know what? That picture right in the middle, that picture right in the middle is exactly where you are right now.
Yeah.
So you had to go through a lot of phases. I'm going to turn the camera back on you two silly girls before we close out. You had to go through a lot of phases. Oh, where are they? Here they are. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, see what happens when you start moving things around? You two are making me feel bad. Where's Kaylei? Oh, Kaylei, can you get back on the camera? How's that? I got to bring you in closer? Okay. So anyway, you went through a lot of phases to get through. You went through bullying. You went through growing up at a young age. You went through your dance phase. I remember that you really got mad because your dance teacher wasn't working there, or somehow she went up, and because she wasn't there, and you had a new teacher, and that was very trying for you because you really loved that teacher. So you went through different stages of life. Now you're 16, and you're in another stage of life, and there's some things coming up. So I am going to end it with that, but I'm going to ask you girls to say something about this.
Bye.
Oh, okay. You just want to shut down? Is that it? We're signing off?
Wait, I have to do my Roblox wave.
Okay.
Do the Roblox wave.
Bye.
Okay. All right. All right. So before we close it out, since we're live, and those of you that are watching, thank you for watching, and God bless you. And please watch for more of Kaylei. They will be back. Oh my gosh. We're losing control real quick here. Oh gosh, what is that?
Uh-oh.
Oh